the Spirit Coach, getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. You're now drinking the wine of Zeus. All right. Venus and Pisces. Let's talk about Venus and Pisces. Happy Venus Day. You know, anytime we go over the influences of Venus, we're experiencing, interacting with that. I think it's like the fourth body of water, but I think so, either the third or fourth. But this is us, just relating. So it could be a lot of just participation, you know, um, in the energy of Pisces, which is experiencing, dreaming, imagination, trying to gain knowledge and wisdom on imaginations and feelings, and trying to come to, to see if we are, to learn, because it's ruled by Jupiter. So, it's all about experiencing and expanding. So, we might be in that Venus chakra heavy. And that Venus chakra is anytime, we doing love or trying to appreciate something, you know what I'm saying? But, Venus is in Pisces. So it's just really just going to want to appreciate just to appreciate. Like, it's really just going to want to put us in a situation where, we just going to want to relate because, we're all within, you know, where Venus, well, we all experiencing Venus and Pisces, our Venus chakra, the love, the one in the 12th house, which is, you know, that space we kind of sum up to the end of winter time, which would be the last 30 degrees of winter, which we just went through, is Pisces. So, essentially, that's like before the springtime starts, where we all, coming out of the end, I mean, we coming to the end of winter, and we all just like, damn, we just experienced that shit, but now we about to experience this new shit. So before we experience this new shit, we all want to come to the conclusion of what we experienced. And that's what Venus is trying to do, you know what I'm saying, with its relationships and being relatable, you know what I'm saying? What are we experiencing with our relationships right now? And what are we experiencing in a sense of, you know, far as appreciating, into um, what we don't want to experience no more. Like, are we gonna keep appreciating shit we don't want to experience? You know, um, because it's all essentially about. And Venus too is just relating in emotional intelligence, and you can go in too far into that where you kind of do that. I'm busy right now. Okay, when you're done. Yeah, sure, absolutely. You can kind of go too far into that. See my Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? That's what at the end of the day, I'm a Capricorn rising, so I'm standing on business. I'm running a business by myself. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You see how I conduct it, but I'm doing my business, my Capricorn rising, what I'm into personally. That's what I'm into conducting. But it play out like my sun and my moon, which is Aquarius, and I'm into conducting and giving information and help, being an individual with my thought and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's how your rising sign will work. Your rising sign is what you into personally, and like where you like to be at for the most part. Like when, you know what I'm saying? That's how like what you into, you know. So if you're a Capricorn rising, you may just be into a business type of temperament, you know what I'm saying, which is being serious or coming off serious, and that leads to areas where, okay, because you got that serious, you can do other things. So even if you like a motherfucking Virgo rising or something like that, it's kind of play out the same thing. You would be into making things practical and working and stuff like that. You know, so that's how your rising sign. Or if you like a motherfucking Libra rising, you would be into, you know, creating balance and stuff like that. And, you know, getting reciprocation or, you know, that type of shit. So that's how your rising sign play out. That will be you into personally and stuff. So it come off like your personality, you know, almost. And then your sun sign is, you know, how you see, you know, how you express or what you see yourself through, you know, what you see your creativity through, and how you need to see your creativity through this lifetime. And then your moon sign is, you know, what you attracting or the things that you can attract to feel comfortable with your goddamn experience and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the things you need to react to and respond to feel comfortable. So that's how all them goddamn signs play out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's essentially, you know what I'm saying? Venus is in Pisces right now. So, you know, this is, you know, becoming aware of delusions and shit and imaginations and shit like that, and learning like what to appreciate, what not to appreciate when it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you don't want to over appreciate, you know, things that ain't wise or something like that. Things that don't want keep you wise. You know, especially if you got wisdom. You know, so we gotta come away to be sober about our relationships. And that's easier said than done for sure. You know, it is easier said than done because when you actually experiencing it, it's another different thing. And that's what that's what Jupiter teach you in general. Like when you actually experiencing it, we talk about it all day. You know what I'm saying? But when you actually experiencing it, it's need to be applied and stuff like that. You know, you starting to get into that faith mechanism and really your faith is tested. So that's a whole different type of situation because, you know, knowledge accumulate faith. So if you knowledgeable and stuff like that, you know, say you with a person that ain't ever experienced something that you experienced before, right? They gonna swear up and down that you don't know how to do what you just told them you about to go do, right? But you might not be able to tell them out of frustration what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you may not be able to communicate that, hey, I'm doing this and that because they ain't gonna believe it anyway, whatever. So this might be somebody close to you or whatever, and this when it comes to knowing how to move. You gotta understand faith, you know what I'm saying? And faith that you might not have the words to explain it to them, you know what I'm saying? But essentially, you know, you up and open for, you know, it ain't gotta be your way. It ain't gotta be your way. It ain't gotta be your way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be your way. In the context of that, now adding on to wisdom that you can know, okay, it ain't gotta be my way, but I got this wisdom that can put me in a space where um, I can use that now to my advantage, you know, to maneuver through that experience where I ain't got to say a word to them, but because I experienced this before and I got knowledge of it, I'm finna hit my point of faith. And once you do that, you know what I'm saying, you know, at that point it's just game on. You know what I'm saying? Game is up. Like you tapped into what faith is for real. So that's like an example of faith for real. You know? So, you know, I can say I don't really know what's going on with the world's faith, you know, but it may be a lack of purpose in the world, you know. It may be a lack of purpose in the world, which with people's faith and stuff, you know. So, you know, experiencing things excite you, you know. But if you don't have the knowledge of how to experience them things that excite you, it's like going to a place that you only been once, really. You know what I'm saying? So you got the experience of being there, but you know what I'm saying? Let's say it's in a different city. You know what I'm saying? You might not know how to get there again. You know what I'm saying? Like based upon your circumstance and how it's going around and shit like that. But you got the experience, and now gaining the knowledge is another task. You gotta get that. You gotta you gotta um, put yourself in that space. And it ain't even really about attaching. See, that's when it's really about some other shit too. Like faith get deep because it ain't really about attaching to the outcome either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to let that shit go. But and then just use the energy itself. You know what I'm saying? And then when you use the energy itself, you're a bad you're a baddie. You throwing your witchcraft. Shout out to Ice Spice. It's Aries season, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is gonna be tapping into their power. You know, everybody gonna be sharing their power and their motivations right now. So share your goddamn power. You know what I'm saying? Well, show your goddamn power, and that's just the power to do something. The power to get off your ass. The power to vroom, vroom, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different energy on its own. You know what I'm saying? That motor. You know, when you see you, if you think about it, you a human seeing some shit fly up the fucking street. Now you can make that sound like some normal shit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Based upon you just being human and indoctrinated into the shit, but that shit incredible. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is flying up the street in gadgets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you accumulate force, and then you know how to transform shit. You know how to get up out of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what Aries gonna want to see is you showing your power. You know, and your ability to be first in some shit. So um, yeah. So welcome to fucking Aries season. You know what I'm saying? So show your power. You know. Let's check out some alignment. How about that? How about that? What's going on, everybody that's here too, man? Shout out to everybody in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Show your power. Show your check. Show your check. Show your power. Show your power, bitch. People are really afraid of taking their power. They love to be contracted. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think people know the first steps about, you know, you know. I think people would just be lost in the wrong template. But it's not easy. So that's even with this Neptune sextile Pluto, like we got the opportunity to build association that can take power and control over imaginations, delusions, and dreams. And a lot of that is just knowing your ass a human. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you human and you got to do something about your humanity and things. And once you get out of that delusional state and stuff, you can start looking at humanity as something that you can do something about. You know, so you know, you got to get out of the delusion about humanity. We got Pluto there too, so it's like a lot of transformations. A lot of transformations with the with our associations and shit like that, and what we call ourselves, and everybody on this spiritual wave, man. Everybody on this spiritual wave. So, ain't nothing up in there. And everybody is just feeling the energies of just needing to associate themselves in different ways because it's things and words that we trying to explain that really ain't even taught in schools and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's shit like that going on. And we experiencing shit on a different way, but like when we read it from one context in the Bible or something like that, or based upon our indoctrination of our community, and the people around us and all type of little fart cloud shit, you know, we'll fucking, you know, be scattered minded. You know what I'm saying? We'll be scattered minded. So it is this new intelligence or this new information coming in for motherfuckers to kind of get on board. You know what I'm saying? And utilize this shit while it is hot, while you can transform it. You know what I'm saying? Or shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You got the keys to humanity right now. You know, we got the keys to humanity with this Pluto energy coming on. You know, and us being able to connect and network and, you know what I'm saying, and associate ourselves while we got the freedom to do so and the time to do so and the speed and connection. You know they ain't trying to make the internet free all the time. You know they trying to take power. You know they talking about censorship and free speech. You don't think they gonna take your little funky ass Twitter away or something like that? They'll do that shit in subtle ways. It won't be like the way you thinking. You know, it'll be like in a whole remix way where it'll come and swipe or no swiping your shit in a whole different way. And to the point where it'll mentally put you in a space like, damn, I shouldn't be on here talking like this. That's how they come. You know what I'm saying? You know, they fight on the mind first, you know, psychologically. You know, why you think you can go in a store and take something? Why you think you can't go in the workplace and do what you want to do? So no, you suggesting to yourself, if I do this, you know what I'm saying? So it's about that power. And then once it accumulate for so long and they got so much fucking power, okay, then we got the fucking shadow people. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, so that is, you know, first of all, realizing yo as where you at, and then tying that information and, you know, that struggle to transform your humanity, you know, and your delusion about your humanity. You're fucking human. Everybody kind of waking up to that. Like, damn, I'm somebody associated in the world. You know what I'm saying? And people been looking up their stats, their statistic and feeling statistic, or you might feel like you know, you trying to get out of a statistic, or you know, you trying to keep your individuality and you ain't trying to be looked at as everybody kind of going through that and not trying to be boxed in and stuff like that. So we got Pisces right now, you know, giving us a little bit of wisdom based upon the imagination to deal with that. So you can deal with that and, you know, come to, you know, broader imaginations, you know, which would mean just basically, damn, why was I in this delusion about who the fuck I was anyway? Okay, let me get myself together and be something for humanity right now, because this is an actual problem. This is actual real shit. You know what I'm saying? This is actual something that, you know, we need as a community, as a people and shit in the world. We might need this, you know. You know, we might need for me to be realized like, okay, I can't just do it that way. I'm actually in a city, you know, stigmatized, stereotype, you know, um, categorized. Okay, somebody got imagination over my who they think I am. Boom, that Pluto in Aquarius is gonna start tapping in, and now you feel the struggle and the motherfucking transformation that you gonna motherfucking transform. You know what I'm saying? Because Coach gonna get you there, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You gonna transform that motherfucking delusion and realize where your ass at. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way we can have our spiritual feet on the esoteric ground and stuff like that, to actually start walking like men in the spirit realm and shit like that and get there. You know? So get y'all ass in the game. I'm not playing. Motherfuckers start lining up and start getting in shape and form, bitch. Don't make Coach get on your ass. Don't make me do it. Okay, learn some fucking astrology and learn how it's affecting you. God damn it. God damn it. All right, so we got Jupiter conjunct Uranus. This is experiencing a change or rebelliousness with values. So, you might be feeling changed about, your experiences or trying to change your experience. You know what I'm saying? You might be trying to, make that shit about things that you supporting, saying something you supporting. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you changing that. You know what I'm saying? Because Uranus brings change, individuality, uniqueness, originality. Um, hold on. Let me text in this. Yeah, but you might have a rebellious or unique meanings and reasons to why you do some, you know, or you might feel like you need to learn about your unique meanings and reasons too much. So you might be like tapping people a little bit too much, trying to like, you know what I'm saying, expand on if you should support, your individual decision or your uniqueness, originality, because it causes a conjunction. Because Uranus is individuality, but Jupiter is also, it brings expansion or, the need to like experience and have wisdom on that. So, you don't want to make no mistake because it got that Chiron tie with, what the fuck, Sagittarius. So, that might be the thing, you might be trying to gain wisdom on how to change about something, when, sometimes it's playing out in Taurus too. So, you just want to make sure you add the Taurus energy with it. You know what I'm saying? So the planets in the sign is what's going on. And then the the constellation or the zodiac is, you know, how it's going on, in the house, your house you got it in is the area you got it in. But, you know, um, we trying to support, what I'm saying, ourself a little bit more, our individuality, our ability to be changed, our ability to be unique, or our ability to change the situation and support our own experiences and faith too, and knowledge and things. So we just might have confusion on how to change an experience or how to, or yeah, for the most part, right? Right. L's or W's, L's or W's, chat, L's or W's. Shout out to what's folks name? Uh, shout out to Falcon. But yeah, we yeah. So we might be trying to change a goddamn experience and change goddamn experiences, and we might have confusions on, if we doing this the right way, and Uranus don't like that. Uranus is more just like, man, fuck you, a bitch, and but it want to look wise saying fuck you. It's like fuck you. You know what I'm saying? It want to be wise, why it's like in a new, secure, stable space. So we might go through the lens to kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're not doing that in a negative purpose. You know what I'm saying? Where you into your value is just to do that, but it ain't like tied to nothing. It ain't actually tied to really providing something that's like actually in the aspect of Taurus, which is safety, security, stability. You know, L's or W's, L's or W's, chat, L's or W's, L's or W's. Um, but yeah, what we got next? Okay, so next we got Jupiter sextile Saturn. Pisces is opportunity to use knowledge, faith, meanings, and reasonings to help experience discipline and boundaries. So yeah, we got opportunity to use our nine. I got Chiron in my second. Yeah, so you be sadly mistaken sometimes. With your values and stuff like that. You might be blowing the wrong money on a bitch, or whether it's like valuable time, or not even just a bitch, but like I'm just using that as an allegory of having Chiron in a second. You might value things that may be mistakes, whether it's like creative projects, or you may just feel like you attract a lot of mistakes in that area in your second house. You may feel like you attract mistakes within the the values, or you just may even just question your value and your talent. And you know a lot of people that you may value may bring you energy like what you value is a mistake. So don't ever believe in that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if it play out like Sagittarius, then people may ghost you in some type of way, or expand, or act like they don't see it, or something like that, or run away from it, and that may make you feel like you hurt about your goddamn talents and shit. You know, so that happens as well when you got Chiron in the second house in Sagittarius. People may, it may seem like no one is attached to what you value and stuff, and they be attached, but it's just like they be what I'm saying, they see it, but they act like they see it from a distance or something like that. And just like, so you just gotta know what it is, and know that you know um people ain't shit. And that's where you get to the real values of life, because it's opposite the eighth house. The eighth house is where we shit at. you know the second house is up here and stuff, when you get to talk, and you actually been through some shit. So that's pretty much it. you know um then we got, oh yeah, so Jupiter sextile Saturn, right? Right. So anytime you got to restrict something, we got to all restrict some type of delusion, some type of dream, and that's going to track an opportunity, some type of fantasy, or some type of, we all trying to get sober, about reality and about our limitations and shit like that, and what we trying to experience. We got to restrict some delusion so we can have more experience and expansion with our values, you know. Um, and so we can so we can experience our values. That's going to create an opportunity with us to experience um, our growth. If we don't restrict these delusions, and we get caught up in these delusions and these imaginations that ain't really shit, that ain't producing no money, that ain't producing no talent, that ain't producing nothing, that ain't producing, what I'm saying, just some bullshit, the real talents for negative shit. If we don't restrict these delusions, we ain't gonna have no no growth to experience, the value um of of our of our wisdom, and the things that we accumulated. So we got to be careful on that end too. We want to experience, you know, life just like everybody else. Everybody got a chance to grow. But if we just allow people to hold rulers over our head and measure us up, put us up in things, or if even we just allow our own mind to consume us and take control and get us into areas where we're overdoing shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's not a good space. So, with us restricting these delusions, that'll help, and give us an opportunity to experience some type of security, safety. Now, it may not be what you used to, because guess what? Now you probably valuing yourself because you didn't slow your ass down. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say no for the first time. You know, so slow growth or no growth. Which one you want? All right. Then we got Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Venus in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. This is conducting and constructing values and relationships. So yeah, a lot of us been playing what to value and what not to value within reality. Within limitation. Um, Trying to be more place more boundaries on our motherfucking overindulging and over, whether it's like you've been over fucking, overeating, or over being a narc or something like that. You're trying to place some restrictions on that, and you're trying to get that relationship in some type of way where it can be more secure, more on a routine, where it can be sustainable to participate in a broad way where you're creative, because you're still doing it for the aspect of creativity in a sense of Pisces. So Venus and Pisces, we all just gonna want to experience and being creative. Um, I think I said we're gonna be expanding out of delusional love matters and stuff like that, and really, love is Venus. It loves being in Pisces. It's exalted there. So, Venus and Pisceans just participate just because they love participating and adding to the imagination, and a lot of times that ain't got shit to do with nothing physical. You know what I'm saying? So all my Venus in the 12th houses know about this energy a little bit, and my Venus and Pisces know about this. It don't be for nothing but the feeling, and connecting on that imagination that you think is, you know, for real, you know, and that should be powerful to some extent. But that's all of us kind of experiencing that Venus and Pisces energy right now. Just doing it for the love, and that could lead us into areas where it can be negative, or you can feel open and abandoned and misused or something like that, to some extent. But it's just you gotta understand the relationship with it, and that's when you can sit with it, start understanding the relationship that you got, with these indulgences or these you know experiences, and start to restrict, because it's gonna be, you can use that Saturn to restrict that shit. You know, it's a tool for you actually right now, and a lot of these energies are tools for you. And then we got Venus in Pisces sextile Jupiter in Taurus, and this is opportunity to be in a relationship with knowledge, wisdom, and opportunity to be in a relationship with knowledge and wisdom with values. Did I write that the fuck right? Did I write that the fuck right? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I can just whatever, obviously. Hold on. I just look, man. Come on. Like, can y'all still hear me? I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Um, so yeah, so we gonna be also Venus. Am I heard? Am I heard? Can somebody type me? Can y'all hear me? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, y'all still can hear me. All right, cool. My bad. My bad. But yeah, so Venus sextile Jupiter in Taurus. I think it's lime, strawberry, and something else. I'm in the middle of live. Right. But yeah, they lit. They having a little party up there. All right. So we still doing an esoteric stretch with Zeus. You're now drinking the wine of Zeus. Kelsito getting your ass shape and form for the age of Aquarius. So yeah, with Venus sextile Jupiter, right? We're gonna be in a relationship with our experiences and shit like that, a relationship with our knowledge. So we're gonna want to gain the most knowledge we can about our relationships right now. And we got the opportunity to do that. Not necessarily something that you got to do, but you know, you may hop into trying to expand and experience and make sense out of. You go, okay, Jupiter and Taurus, um, of things and of your experiences, but you might do that for your relationships, or you may do that for, you know, to get out of a delusion in relationships as well. So that's another thing we got going on. We got Moon square Uranus in Taurus. This is learning to change or be unique and original with your feelings and reactions. So, you know, we may have a square off there where we may have to square and learn how we want to react and stuff. You know, we may feel like we may be coming off, you know, just in our own world or individualistic, you know, but learning how to separate that, you know, and learning how to separate from that, and utilize this uniqueness and originality in an aspect of Taurus to, you know, support um, more of our, oh, damn, is it even square Uranus no anymore? I don't know, but it's going into, so it's about to be like Moon trine Uranus as well, but it's coming off that. It's still coming out of that space of what the fuck was that? Leo. So that's why it's probably still squaring a little bit. But yeah, but Moon been going trying Uranus, but it's squaring it right now. So essentially, this is kind of getting us ready and learning about a gift that we got to be stable and stuff like that, even if it kind of bring us into like not reacting too much to our feelings because the moon is in Virgo now, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, we just trying to work and we just trying to be focused, and we just well, that's the needs because the moon is in Virgo, so the moon is going, we're gonna need to feel focused. We're gonna need to feel like we can count on something tomorrow, especially emotionally. If we emotionally chaotic right now and stuff like that, you gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, um, it's a full moon and you can cause a full moon scenario going throughout your day, manifesting feelings, hours, putting feelings into a certain area where, you know, it may, you may be adding too much of your energies into the opposite energy, or you might not even know your moon sign. So you may be doing your moon sign in a way that's like unharmonious to the certain energy, and then you may manifest a situation and stuff where, you know, you may overlook a situation, or, you know, put yourself in unnecessary stress and stuff like that. You got to be on it when it comes to these goddamn alignments, when it comes to keeping character and, you know, knowing, you know, the worldly discipline. And that's why coach here to teach you. So we got that. We got moon opposed Saturn. So we got opposing emotions and feelings with routines and limitations. So, you know, we might have been feeling or might be feeling, you know, feeling opposite to certain limitations and things, especially dealing with delusions and relationships and shit like that. And like we may feel opposite to that, we may feel opposite to the experiences of them and stuff like that. Like 180-degree angle too. Like we're getting like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Getting like, whoa, you know, very opposite to those restrictions, very opposite to that reality, you know. So um, you gotta be careful about that too. You know, we all trying to Um, you might just want to be a little bit too free and stuff like that, and that freedom, it don't, you know, especially within your limitations because Jupiter's in Saturn. So Saturn is in Pisces, so you might want to be free within your limitations at the moment, and you might forget about doing the little things that you got to do, being focused on, what I'm saying, the little tasks, or being focused on this call, or being focused on, you might be entertaining that, just trying to like be free from restrictions, and you still got certain work to do. So you want to make sure that you stay on point, on routine, and keep your ass in check. You Moon opposed Mars, opposing emotions, reactions to passions, opposing emotions and reactions to passions. I wrote these horribly. You know, it'd be like 1,000 ways to write alignments and shit. I'll be trying to get the ones that I think, I feel like the best of explaining. But sometimes I'll be forgetting uh, the space that I wrote them in and shit like that. But I always get there. I always get there somehow. You know, blah. I'm a walking zombie. But yeah, so that's what we got. So we all feeling opposite to motivation and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We kind of want things to be on point. We kind of want our dreams bad because Mars is in uh, Pisces. We kind of, or we just kind of want full knowledge of what the fuck is going on, but it's gonna feel like it's in the subconscious. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna feel like it's in the water or in a Delulu realm or something like that. We gonna feel like, is we being Delulu, or is the other person being Delulu, or where's the Delulu at? So you want to chill out on that Mars energy as well, because you may feel passionate to go ahead and figure out if you Delulu or not and things, and it's gonna be opposite to the moon, and the moon right now is in Virgo. And you may forget, just being in that passion. That's another thing you can just. It's just kind of just like the Venus one, because Venus is opposing. So we got Moon opposing, we got Mars opposing. No, we got Venus, Mars, and Saturn opposing the Moon right now. So the things that your relationships, your passions, and also you trying to make this shit can take you away from, what I'm saying, being grounded right now in some way, shape, or form emotionally. So don't make sure you keep a balance with that too, and don't go all over indulgent into shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, with that, because then you will be playing out the opposite energies before we get this full moon in Libra of being unfulfilled with, you know, what is happening as a routine or what is on schedule and stuff like that. You will probably overlook the good things that's going on in that area. So you don't want to do that. You want to, I want to take my time. Yes, take your time. Take your time. All right? Yeah. Sun sextile Pluto. L's or W's in the chat. L's or W's in the chat. Which one? I'm feeling. Sun sextile Pluto. An opportunity to transform our motivations and passions. So you can take power control over your motivation right now. You can power up and go power man, power sayer man. You got opportunity to do that. But you got to do that in the world though. You got to do that amongst other people. That's where it's going to be at, as far as you can take power control over that. You can't just be somewhere in your mind, in your room by yourself, what I'm saying, think you finna get any power and convince other people that you got power. No, you got to get in and actually associate with the age of Aquarius that I brought down here. So um, this is what we're networking right now. we're networking ourselves and our individuality, and we seeing, okay, damn, we feeling a little power, so we can go ahead and get in where we fit in, grab that little power, and do that thing. Black service announcement said Pisces all day. Shout out to Pisces and shit like that. Y'all actually crazy right now. Y'all actually acting wild. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Pisces. Y'all acting wild. Y'all acting wild. Y'all wilding. Y'all Pisces is wilding. Especially the female Pisces. More so the female Pisces. Y'all are wild. Erica Badu. I saw Dolo did a video on Erica Badu. Y'all wilding. What's up, Pisces? How y'all feeling? Y'all, what's going on? L's or W's in the chat. Tell me how y'all feeling. Yeah. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's keep moving. All right. But yeah, then we got Sun conjunct Neptune. This is seeing imaginations and delusions for what they are. Seeing imaginations and delusions for what they are. So you're gonna be frustrated because the Sun went into Aries. So you're gonna be frustrated trying to get out of this imagination or this delusion and stuff like that. You're gonna be motivated to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait to get that. I can't wait. I can't wait to go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? You might be frustrated or trying to, or trying to come to a very conclusional space on imagination right now. And you may go to uh, measures to get that, that want met, or just start trying to create a way to get, your imagination met and stuff like that. So just make sure you just got a positive imagination, and you got a couple of alignments that can help you with that, I guess. But it's not really too much shit angling Neptune. So, I can just tell you, you gotta have this one for this one. You just gotta have experience. That's what's gonna help you, because um all of this is gonna be based upon, even, with the Pisces energy, Jupiter's in Taurus. So you're gonna have to have wise ways of going about shit and making yourself stable, and making a table for yourself, you know, to actually, because all of this is kind of leading up to, you know, the Taurus energies, which is supporting. We all want to be able to support ourselves and be somebody of talent and of value, within what we're creating here. So, Taurus, it ain't really emotional. So it will deal with that in ways that, don't give a fuck. So it's a lot of energy where, you just want to, it's a lot of planets right next to each other too. So there's a lot of fatal attraction energy. So everything can kind of seem like a burden to another thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll start teaching about that a little later. But yeah, that's really it. That's the energies. L's and W's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I am Kelsito, the spirit coach, get even shape and form. And now drinking the wine of Zeus. This is the age of Aquarius. And we just getting ready for this full moon in Libra. So happy Venus Day. So, for the most part, for the Venus Day and things, you want to, for these last couple of hours, if you haven't, whenever, you want to show some love and appreciation, to the experience and, the knowledge and wisdom that you gain, by really just exercising that and, knowing everything gonna be all right when Zeus is here. All right, get your ass in the game.